According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 20% of Americans speak a language other than English at home. And I know you might be inclined to think that the majority of people in this statistic must be either immigrants or Native Americans. However, a big number in this statistic are people that actually just taught themselves a second language or learned it somehow, some way. So today I will teach you the exact same steps that you have to take in order to learn a second language by yourself. Just imagine yourself in another country where you can communicate freely without the help of anybody, or getting the job of your dreams because the fact that you knew a different language made you the best candidate. And let's not forget getting paid more. I know this from firsthand experience as I myself am fluent in 3 languages: English, of course, Spanish, and American Sign Language. So, how do you learn a language? 3 simple steps. Find the right resources, get yourself exposed to your target language, and practice it. So, first things first, how do you find the right resources for you? Well, if you're interested more in the talking part and the listening, and you're not interested in the writing system of your target language, consider using resources that help you with the listening and repeating part of it, such as Pimsleur or podcasts, or even italki, a website where you can find people to teach you to just speak. However, if you're more of a visual learner like most of us, consider using physical resources. Today I have some with me, such as books. This one I have for Korean. This one I have here for the Chinese writing system in Mandarin, and this one for Italian. Also consider using notebooks such as this one that I have specifically for my Korean learning. In these notebooks, you can put all the vocabulary, sentences, and the writing system of your target language. Now that you have the resources that fit your learning style, you have to get yourself exposed to the language. The way that you do this is basically doing your everyday life when you listen to your native language, but in your target language. So consider watching TV shows and movies in your target language, and also listening to music. That way you can get as much exposure as you can to your target language. Now that you have the resources and you are constantly being exposed to your target language, you need to practice what you're learning. The best way to practice is by finding somebody that you can use it with, meaning a friend. So try to find a friend that speaks in the target language that you're trying to learn. And I know that might sound difficult, and you might think, Amanda, how am I going to find in the Central Valley somebody that speaks French or German? And I understand that. So another way that you can do this is by doing language exchange, and you can do this online. I personally have used a website called mylanguageexchange.com, where basically you find people that are native to the countries that speak your target language, and you schedule meetings so that half of the time you practice the speaking and dialogue conversation part in your target language, and the other half of the time they practice with you. More than likely, English will be a strong language you can use since most people are interested in learning it as well. So, in conclusion, you can teach yourself a language with those 3 simple steps. Find the resources that fit your learning style. Expose yourself as much as you can to it and use it. Practice it. Have a friend or do language exchange. I know it might seem daunting to learn a new language, but it's very much worth it. So go learn that target language you've always wanted. Go get the job. Get a raise. Because after all, knowledge is power.